Very sunny skies that we really have not seen much of over the last several weeks. That is going to be a key feature of the forecast today. Just one lone cloud here on our East Memphis camera view. 78 degrees, feels like 80. We are about 2 degrees running above here with the feels like temperature in comparison to what the actual temperature is, but the dew point still only at 62. Certainly much less humid than the last couple of days. Pretty comfortable for early June standards, or at least in the context of the last several weeks. Winds out of the east at about 6 miles per hour, as we are going to see this sunshine continue throughout the rest of these daylight hours, and then overnight tonight, maybe just a few more clouds developing, but no chance of rain. I do think we are pretty much at 0%, or at least this is the first time I will confidently say 0% chance of rain for the first time as well in several weeks, as temperatures are in the 70s everywhere else. We're already in the 80s down further to the southwest. Tunica and Clarksdale at 81 and 82 respectively. I do think those two spots in particular may get up to the upper 80s today, but again, we're all feeling, I think, slightly cooler in terms of that feels like temperature compared to yesterday, where we did still have a few lingering clouds throughout Tuesday morning and afternoon from Monday night storms that did use up most, if not all, of that moisture in the air, and that's allowing us to see this drier pattern at least take hold for the rest of this week. This weekend, well, as we'll see in a moment, I think we may see at least a few changes, but more current conditions. We're seeing those winds right now still at about 6 to 10 miles per hour for the most part, easterly direction, generally speaking. So not feeling quite as much relief from the wind as yesterday. The wind speeds themselves also a little bit lower, but the lower humidity levels, I think things cancel out, and we are still feeling, again, a bit more comfortable than yesterday. High temperatures going to be in the middle 80s, just 2 degrees shy of the average high of 87. That is exactly the margin for the difference in lows this morning. We were at 66 compared to 68, all-time record, 99 degrees. I believe tomorrow is when we will have that all-time record be in the triple digits, and then the next couple of weeks here slowly seeing that continue to rise. But fortunately, even as things change in the forecast over the next few days into this weekend, we are not going to be getting anywhere near that level of heat in the atmosphere, as we will see a return of some rainfall. I think a few pop-up showers and storms by at least Sunday, potentially Saturday. But from now through Friday, a lot of radar scans that are going to be looking like this, just a few passing clouds, and even in nearby areas, save for potentially north central Arkansas on our Friday evening, there is not really going to be any risk of rain across the area or in the surrounding spots here across the lower Mississippi River Valley. So again, 0%. Really want to emphasize this because this is not something we have seen even for just a 12-hour period over the last couple of weeks, and I really do think we could extend this for about 72 hours or so before Saturday is where we will start to have not just the rain chances tick up a little bit, but also the humidity here. From now until Friday, we're feeling pretty comfortable, if not just a little on the humid side. Friday especially, we will be getting, I think, more so into the upper 80s across the region, but it's going to be Saturday that is a turning point, and then the start to maybe even middle part of next week is where we do see a return of some of those dew points, maybe getting into the upper 60s, potentially above the 70s. So that is going to be the same level of humidity that we had over the weekend, but fortunately, the temperatures themselves should not be breaking 90 degrees, and that's going to still make it, again, not quite as bad as Monday. And Monday, I do want to emphasize as well, is really going to be sort of that benchmark that we look to for the rest of this month for some of the most miserable weather we've had. Of course, with those rain chances as well, we will not be seeing any sort of storms that resembled the events of Monday evening and overnight. About a 40% chance beginning Sunday and likely lasting through at least the first half of the upcoming week, but just some pop-up showers and storms, as this very pleasant atmosphere leading up to it is not really going to charge it up any sort of way that would, again, give us a risk of anything particularly inclement. And with these calmer conditions up until this weekend, that's really going to be the next weather impact that we'll be focusing on over the next several days. As in terms of anything eventful here for the next few days, well, it's going to be really just the emphasis on how nice these conditions will be in the context of the rain and the humidity we've seen leading up to this point, and the lower humidity, of course, making those summertime temperatures a bit more bearable with the pop-up storms here. Potentially Saturday evening, but I would say most likely into Sunday evening is when we will start to see things become a bit more widespread. So hour by hour, as you can see, maybe even into Thursday night, but more so Friday. Out further west in Arkansas is where we could see a few showers and pop-up storms, but there's really nothing that is going to be getting about as far east here as our Arkansas counties. Certainly nothing in Tennessee or Mississippi, and even looking to the east, say towards Middle Tennessee, northwest Alabama, those are also going to be some very dry areas if we are traveling in those directions for this weekend. But for today, 85 degrees, mostly sunny skies, the winds out of the east at 10. They do shift a little bit to the south here overnight, and that should keep us warmer to the point where I don't think we're going to see any spots dip down into the 50s, but it is going to still be, I think, a day where we see the mid-80s across the area, the humidity level still staying low. Temperatures getting a bit warmer Friday, humidity still low for the most part, but by Saturday is when more clouds and at least a more substantial chance of rain at 20% compared to pretty much zero these next 3 days is going to change the feel of the atmosphere here, and especially at the ground level. We'll probably have feels-like temperatures around or even a little bit above 90 by Saturday, and then rain chances looking a little more likely for Sunday, continuing that forecast into at least the first half of the following week. But fortunately, as you can see, the temperatures themselves, I think, will be staying below 90 degrees. Nothing quite as bad as Monday is in this immediate forecast.